was a riot instigated by the resistance. In the ensuing chaos, Apostle Alvani was killed. His body was inconveniently burned in the fire. It was a bloodbath, one that someone will have to answer for someday.
Certainly, General. I will see to it.
I'm sure you will. I also spoke with some of the surviving prisoners. Their story diverged significantly from yours.
That doesn't surprise me. They're a treacherous lot, looking for any
Maybe so. But by you, personally, Commander?
Lies! The infidel is trying to save his own skin.
Perhaps, but what reason would he have to lie? It doesn't absolve him of any responsibility in regards to the riot. He still awaits his trial at Coldstone. He tells me the noose had been made ready for Alvani to hang at first light. I'm not saying I trust the man. He's a cruel little person. But he appears to respect the chain of command.
And what did the prisoners tell you?
That the riot was set in motion to free the Apostle, not murder him. And that it succeeded.
That's preposterous. Kian Alvane is ashes. He walks in shadow, lost and afraid, far from the glory of the First Mountain and the light of the Goddess.
So you tell me, Commander, and I'd hate to think you're lying to me or omitting the truth. Your relationship with Alvani, there was...
we had run-ins. When we were both on the streets of...
But your rivalry was bloodier, went deeper than boyish pranks.
It was a long time ago.
I want to believe you, Commander. Your position here is important to me, to the Six, to all of Azadir.
Have I not always served the Goddess and my people, Mir? Have I not proven myself to the Six and the Council? To the Seat, to you? Any suggestion that I'm less than faithful? It greatly offends me.
As it should, Famon. I have no wish to discover you've been lying to me. I have no wish to see you placed in chains. I want to believe you. And for now, I do. But I will continue investigating this matter, because something about it is not right. Something about it bothers me. If you know something, I urge you to come to me as quickly as possible before I learn you've kept the truth from me.
I have not. I walk in the light, Mir. Everything I do for my nation and my people.
Very well. You may go.
May the Goddess protect you, General.
The light shine upon us all and illuminate our path.
Night, Ulrich!
What news do you have for us, Ulrich?
Right, so a man comes into my bar this afternoon. Azadi soldier, off duty. Has a few beers, starts getting flushed and loose-lipped. Man says there's talk of a raid. This very night, in the magic ghetto. And there's a list.
A list?
The ones they're targeting. The ones they're bringing...
But why now? I mean, it's not payback, is it?
He did mention the weapons shipment that got blown sky-high last week. Caused a fair bit of ruckus, that. Was the talk of this place for days. Seems some people enjoy it. Apparently, the commander of the Azadi Special Forces took it as a personal insult. A commander...
Vamon. He would take that personally.
Also, man said, there's been more weapons and supplies being smuggled into the city, right up. Well, they've caught a few shipments, so they know people are arming themselves in the ghetto, that there's trouble.
The mole's been more cooperative than usual. Whatever you did for her, Kian, it appears to have been appreciated.
So, the way I see it, the Azadi might want to make a decisive strike tonight, before they lose control of Old Town.
Well, they're not wrong. So, we need to find out who's on this list, and we need to know when they're gonna strike and from where, and we need
Patience, Inu. One thing at a time. First, we must learn if, when, and where this raid is taking place. Then we must warn our friends, including the mole. And then we must get our own people to safety, before the Azadi come.
I have a few contacts I can poke. Liko?
I'll start with our people in the ghetto. Kian, if you could pay the mole a courtesy call.
That won't take long. Is there anything else I can do?
I doubt it. Let's meet back here before midnight.
Will do. Good luck, the both of you.
Alvik is a good man. I enjoy his company. He's true to his word. I trust him with my life and consider him a friend.
In private, I have a message from a common friend. She wishes to see you, alone, as soon as possible. She told me she'd wait for you where all of Old Town lies below us. Wherever that might be. She does like to speak in riddles, that one.
Thanks, Alvik.
And when you do see her, tell her it's time she paid her tab. She won't receive another drop of Merryminstrom until she does. I don't know what our friend means by where all of Old Town lies below, but I reckon you want to look for the highest spot in the bones.
There aren't a lot of people out at night, even though the streets appear to be safe.
Did you hear the one about the magical and the pregnant?
Who's there?
It's a nice view, isn't it? I've always found Marcuria beautiful. Of course, those metal tubes are a bit of an eyesore. Actually, the tower I quite like.
Why did you want to meet me?
Oh, so impatient. You always were. I've been saving something for a rainy day. Someone, actually. And, well, no rain at the moment.
It can't hurt to pool our resources and share information. She knows something about tonight. Saving someone for a rainy day.
There's an Azadi officer, high-ranking, a captain. He has, an arrangement with a young woman in Old Town. A non-human.
He's fucking a magical.
Eloquent, but yeah, he's fucking a magical. We both know what it would do to his career if anyone found out.
They'd strip him of his rank. He'd be arrested, tortured, most likely sentenced to death.
All for a little blue girl and some exotic sex. Your people are so predictable, Azadi. So easy to compromise. You know, the more things you forbid, the more sins there are to be tempted by. You're a nation of the repressed, a powder keg ready to blow.
But how will this information help us?
Today is this officer's day with his young lady. She has a room near Shady Quay. Our horny captain never goes alone. The fool brings his uniformed knave to keep watch, which is convenient, like a big arrow pointing to the right door. If you were to confront the captain in a compromising position, there'd be no limit to what you could
Did from it yourself.
I have no need for money or leverage. But I thought you could put this to good use. Find out what's going down. Maybe stop it, save some lives, or take some.
I thought you didn't care about the resistance.
I never said that. I never said I did either. But maybe I care for other things.
Why did you bring me all the way up here to tell me this?
Because I don't trust them or anyone. I've been burned in the past.
But why me?
Because you, Keon, I trust.
This isn't right. I can't reject her. Why did you... Anna.
After my shift.
If you're a ghost, just leave me be.
While my veil is active, they cannot recognize me. Not unless I want them to, or I act carelessly.
I'm tired of standing here night after
Good
night
evening,
with
sir.
nothing happening. Sometimes I almost wish the rebels would attack.
Do come again. My table's always open, day and night.
Shall I tide you over before tea?
What do you want?
I need to speak with the mole.
She's not expecting you.
She'll want to hear what I have to say.
Fine. But...
Azadi apostate not dead yet? Must be. If you live this long, you might even make it to my age, but I don't recommend it. When your bones ache each morning and you can barely hold your liquor anymore, you curse the gods for keeping you alive. You come to warn Mole, then?
How did you know?
The Mole always know. Whispers of course no one know for sure. The Azadi usually stay out of Old Town, though times do. Whether Azadi attack happen or not, Mole's prepared. Don't you worry about the Mole. Mole has burrows. Besides, it may be time to leave Mercuria altogether. Those infernal machines your people build make my fur stand on end. They crackle, they buzz. Don't know what they're for and what'll happen when they're all done building them, but Mole, something's coming, Kian, of the rebels. I smell it. There's no room in Mercuria for magic or for magicals. No. Whether Azadi attack his cut or perhaps return home to the birth burrow. Find an old familiar hole to sleep until we're all of us dry bones beneath the... You may consider this is the Lucia. You tell your shepherd she's welcome to everything in my possession. All you need to keep. Watch your hide, Kian of Clan Alva. Well? May the soil be ever soft under your feet, Apostle. The fate of worlds falls on you now.
There's official Azadi business going on here. You'll want to turn around and walk away.
Hey! Did you find that turncoat you were looking for?
I did, thanks to you.
Did you kill him?
I did not. He's in our custody.
You should kill him. He's a traitor.
Well, sometimes even traitors deserve second chances.
Really? Huh. Are you on another mission?
Perhaps. I'm sorry, boy, but I'm quite busy.
Let me help.
The boy might prove useful, but I don't know how yet. I won't put him in any more danger than absolutely necessary. The boy... I don't need help right now, but I'll let you know when I do.
Sure. It's not like I have anything better to do.
Sandwicher here, ready to perform sandwiching to your exact
She's
orders.
a sandwicher, practitioner of the ancient art of sandwiching, and also an alchemist, retired.
Something to tide you over before tea. Midnight snack. Early breakfast.
Tiny toad testicles, a common alchemical ingredient here in the Northlands.
Sandwiches! I've got
read quite a
tasty
lot about this.
sandwiches.
Nibbles, scrub, tasty morsels. I've got salted tatters from Riverwood, soaked in saltwater brine and rat piss. The rat, keep me in mind next time you're peckish, all right? I have said. Sure you don't want a nice lump of pickled cow's kidney? It's the perfect late-night munch.
This stuff is similar to our black powder, except it burns longer and slower. It's a potent explosive that can act as a
Mercurius
propellant for
foremost
both muskets and
sandwicher here,
fireflies.
ready to perform sandwiching to your exact orders. What can I do for you, Fred?
Your sign says sandwiches and fireflowers.
Ah, yes. Used to be I made the best fireflowers in Old Town. Spectacular things that lit up the night sky. Sparklers and illuminations, crackers and flyers. But no more, I'm afraid. Alchemy apparently falls under the definition of magic these days, and is therefore strictly forbidden. I can make you a savoury...
Even if I was, I've seen fireworks in the past. They're spectacular, and they make a lot of noise. A perfect diversion. I have things to attend to. I'll return later. I'll have one of your sandwiches.
Brilliant! Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. Step! Now, will that be on...
What was that? I really have no idea. I'm quite sure this is... What was that again? Steamed bun.
Yeasty bottom... Oh, I mean, bum steam yeast balance. Steamed yeast bun coming up. Hey, what are you doing? I told you.
Have you changed your mind?
He might actually turn out to be useful to me. The boy might prove... He might act... You want to help?
Yeah.
Even if it's dangerous?
What do you think?
What do you know about fireworks?
You mean fireflowers? I know everything. My father makes Bakshivan candles for the Festival of Turning every year.
Fine. Follow me.
Yes!
Exotic oils, foreign herbs.
Ah, you're back. Did you want your sandwich or not?
I did.
Today, I have a cured elguan, pickled saltwater snapjaw, and kitten carpaccio.
Kitten? One bite from a fully grown saltwater snapjaw means a painful and prolonged death for... We sometimes had boiled elguin in Friar's Keep. It tasted like footwear. And no matter how long or hard you How's the elguin?
Suspiciously tender. Thinly sliced, salted and cured for a minimum of 11 years. Melts in your mouth, it does. Eventually.
I'll likely regret it.
As long as you don't swallow for at least 7 minutes, you'll be perfectly fine. And just a dash of this and a dash of that and some of this and a bit of that. You better be hungry, you better not be fed. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting up your bread. How about some fermented moon seeds with that?
Anything to keep her That does not sound particularly appetizing. Anything? Yes, please.
Splendid.
I've got eats from across the Northlands.
Quickly, grab those ingredients.
Can do.
Nibbles, rump, tasty morsels.
Right, here we are, as ordered. Mostly. I had to make a few alterations. Remember to chew well and don't swallow too soon. Also, if you feel any discomfort whatsoever, a spoonful of vinegar should do the trick. If not, please visit a physician post-haste.
My table's always open.
For me? What's in it? It's not fish eggs, is it? I hate fish eggs. This is good. This is great. What is this? I don't care. It's awesome. Thank you. I haven't been this full since the last time Mum made me dinner.
I've got the non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and licensed. No...
How was that?
That was perfect. But remember, stealing is wrong.
You told me to steal.
In this case, it was justified. But don't steal. You'll lose a hand or your head.
Here's the stuff.
My table's always open, day and night.
You said your father taught you how to make fire flowers.
Well, sort of. He made Bakshivan candles, and I watched, said it might blow my fingers off or burn my eyes out. But I can give you instructions.
Fair enough.
First, make the glowy balls. I don't know exactly how to make the glowy balls, but when my dad did it, the balls came out all glowy. Good. Now you need to make the fire powder somehow. My father was never too clear on how that part's done. All I know is that it's powder that went psst when it was lit. All that's left is to combine all the ingredients in a tube. That should be easy, right? You start with the fire powder at the bottom.
Ointments.
And then the glowy balls on top, until the tube is full. That looks okay. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but there's only one way to find out.
Here you go, boy. Now don't light this before I tell you to.
Oh, man! I'll be careful, I promise. I can't wait to see how this one burns.
He needs fully authorized and licensed.
Go on now, nothing to see here.
Use the fireworks to distract the guard away from that door.
Yes, yes. Hey, hey! Check this out. Whee!
Stop!
The boy reminds me a lot of myself at that age. Orphaned, a street urchin living hand to mouth. Eager to get into all kinds of trouble.
What in Shadow's name are you? Apostle! You're dead!
He won't hurt you again, child. I promise. Leave. Do not come back.
My head's hurting. Why is my... What's happening? Who are you? Where's Ramin? Why am I tied? Alvani. You're not dead. How in Shadow's name? I'll pay you.
Shut your mouth. I need information.
What do you mean by
If
that?
you speak out of turn again, I'll cut off your dick and shove it down your throat. The raid tonight.
I don't know anything about a raid.
He will lie. Unless I show him what happens when he does. Unless I cause him pain. I cannot justify torture. I'll have to convince him to talk to me, and trust that he reveals the truth. You believe you have more to lose by speaking to me. You're wrong. You've been consorting with a magical, a Dolmari, a child. You know the punishment for even one of those crimes is execution. All three. They will make an example of you. They'll string you up in the tower square. They'll sever your genitals, gouge your eyes out, dip your feet in molten metal. They'll make you suffer unbearable agony. You will plead for death. And death will come. But slowly. Slowly. Tell me what you know, or the tower will learn of your crime.
There will be a raid in the Magic Ghetto before the sun rises tomorrow. I'm not part of it. I haven't been in the meetings, I don't know the details. But they plan to root out the rebels and the collaborators hiding in Old Town. Some they'll exile to the islands. Others they'll kill. As punishment for siding with the Resistance, as a warning to others. That's all I know. I swear to it on my mother's office.
Let's go over this again. Tell me everything you know.
Please, don't kill me. I won't tell anyone about this. About you, I can't. They'll execute me. I'll do anything. I'll spy for you. I'll feed you information from inside the tower. Just spare me. Please. For the love of the goddess, I beg you.
He has much to lose if he reveals what happens here. But I can't risk it. And his crimes are too grave. There's always a risk that he will reveal what happened here. But if I spare his life, he could be of value to us. Betray me, and the tower will know what you did. Even if they spare your life, I will find you, and I will make you pay.
Yes, yes! I swear on the first mountain. I won't speak a word of this. I'll give you all the information I come across, everything.
You'll return to this place every week to meet an agent of ours. Your guard will believe you still visit your girl.
Of course, Apostle. Thank you.
Shut up before I cut your tongue from your mouth. I'll release you now, but you'll stay here until your guard knocks on the door. We'll know the instant you break your oath. Where's the guard?
He's in a mud cellar, stuck to his knees in Elgwyn dung. He'll be busy for a while.
You did good, Bip.
What happened in there? Did you get what you needed?
I did. Listen, you can't stay here in Old Town. The Azadi are coming.
I'm not afraid of the Azadi.
Nevertheless, you need to leave. I'll bring you to the Enclave, and you'll be safe with...
I'm not going anywhere. This is where I live. What if my parents come back? They'll be looking for me.
You're not safe here. I'm sure your parents would be happier knowing you're with us.
You just want to put me in an orphanage.
Wait. Shadow. children.
The General is asking questions.
I've heard. We must find Kian before...
I'll make sure Harmy's attentions are directed elsewhere. Tonight's...
What did he say?
The General tells me that my men are sticking to the story, but it's of little concern. They will not...
And arouse more suspicion.
Don't ever...
Then try not to act...
The Warden.
What? I thought you were taking...
You're the one who worries about arousing suspicion. I couldn't simply have it...
And now the General has a witness.
An infidel's testimony can never be used against Trueborn.
But his words can fuel further investigations.
The General will soon have others, and we're close to completing the machine. After that, Kian's death will be low on his list of priorities.
And in the meantime, the General...
Like I said.
How so?
Because it won't go well. The rebels will strike. Many of his men will die, our forces will be on...
He will blame you.
And I will take responsibility. By the time the situation is under control again, other matters will have taken precedence. We will keep the General's attentions elsewhere.
No one will challenge us.
I always am. Come here.
This is not the time.
I'm as hard as Nigali steel. This is exactly the time.
I apologize for being late, but I have important...
Every minute wasted could mean lives lost. Anu, can you tell us what you've learned?
Not a whole lot. No one's talking. There's not even... I'm starting to think maybe Ulvik's loose-lipped, drunken Azadi was merely a braggart. Also, merely a braggart? I've been around you guys too long. I'm starting to speak like a sullen warrior.
I went looking for our people in Old Town. I don't want to pull them out of the city until we know for sure. Let's hope for their sake Anu's right.
The raid is taking place, just before sunrise.
How did you come up?
Hey, Big Blue, let him speak.
The plan is to arrest as many magicals as possible. It's a show of strength.
Where did you get this information, Kian?
From a trusted source. I met her here before we...
Mystery Woman! I remember Mystery Woman! Well, I remember you talking about Mystery Woman. She's a friend of Ulvik's, right? We can definitely trust her.
She told me about an Azadi officer who visits with an underage Dalmari girl. And she told me where to find him.
He was with a child? That's sick.
And did you find him?
I did. He told me that this will be their biggest raid on the ghetto so far. Given his rank...
How did you get him to talk?
When he understood his predicament, he was perfectly willing to spill his guts.
I don't know.
Seriously? I mean, I'd much rather trust Kian's source than mine.
What if this source of yours is playing you for a fool? What if it's bait, meant to draw us out and distract us?
No Azadi would commit a mortal crime in order to set a trap. His soul is damned to the shadow for eternity.
I think we should listen...
Maybe your information is trustworthy, Kian, but I'm not willing to bet our position in Old Town on it. We'll tell our people to be vigilant. If there is a raid, at least they'll be forewarned.
You're making a mistake.
We'll know soon enough, Azadi.
Where's the officer now?
I let him go. He might prove a valuable asset in the future.
Will he not simply go straight to his masters?
I have information that would lead to his execution. Should his commanders learn the truth, he'll keep his silence.
But you let a child molester walk free. Was that because he's one of yours? And because the Domari girl is just another filthy magical? I won't soon forget this insult, Azadi.
For what it's worth, Kian, I think you did the right thing. I mean, he deserves punishment for what he did to the girl, but to have a source inside the tower? This could change everything.
It's time we headed back to the Enclave.
Don't worry. At least we have a potential spy in the tower. The mission wasn't a complete wash. And don't mind Liko. He thinks that unless someone gets tortured, the information is worthless. That says more about him than it does about you, to be honest.
Who's there? You? However did you get here?